Welcome to another edition of A Strange New Pod. Our usual Fleet Admiral Julian will not be joining us tonight. He was in the cargo bay. Some fake plastic barrels fell on top of him. He's undergoing an experimental operation, which Beverly Crusher is not cool with.
No.
Bullshit. He just got the Andorian shingle from Eric last week. That's going through the ship. That's what is going on.
But you know what
you
that
still
means?
have the Andorian shingle?
That means we get promotions. Promotions, damn it.
Right. I am taking a temporary promotion to Fleet Admiral. I would promise I will relinquish power next week.
I'm being loaned to section 31.
God damn it, that was mine. You said you're
No, I said we were going together.
Oh,
like,
okay,
come
that's
on,
fine.
man.
That's fine. I'll be there too.
Giraffe has
Didn't
a tell-
follow the conversation. We were all going to be section 31 today.
I'll head up the illegal weapons department.
I'll deal in black market tribbles.
I love it.
For personal use only,
Mm.
please.
I will go ahead with experimental projects that are completely illegal according to treaties. So,
Great.
how is everybody tonight?
My throat doesn't feel like it wants to kill me. So, you know.
Hey, that's
it's
an
nice.
improvement.
It's very much an improvement, my God.
I'm there. I'm here.
Yeah.
So
You're here
yes.
in body, at least.
Exactly. Yes.
Any
It's
break?
this is this week's victory. I'm on the podcast. Party.
Any break in the heat wave in San Diego?
Yeah, now it's cold. Fun
Ooh.
times.
It was so cold today. I went outside in shorts and a t-shirt and I was like, nope. This was the bad idea.
This is the Foreign Bureau of Strange New Pod tonight, and we're going to talk about the weather. That's what we're going to do.
We got lots of other stuff to talk about, including a new episode of Lower Decks. So this week in Lower Decks, this was quite the episode. I think I saved my high rating in that for this week. So much growth, so much emotion. What happens when Rutherford's younger self and personality takes over his body?
He talks in a higher pitch.
Yeah. And he also cusses a lot.
A lot.
Bad boy Rutherford.
I love it.
Yes,
Love it.
throw her.
What do we learn about him and his implant? And when Boimler and Mariner are on Starfleet Booth Duty on Tulgana IV, who ends up losing their cool and why isn't it Mariner? We're going to break it all down. But first, we need to thank our Patreon collective at the Ready Room level and above. And I was on the list for this week, so should I take it or should I throw it to Giraffe?
Giraffe looks thrilled that you thought about getting in there.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll
go
do
for
it. Okay. Hi, and thank you, dear patrons. I don't have the outline open. Let me. Okay, I got it. Thanks to Simon Steger, Jeff Reeve, Mariah Gossett, Tallulah Terrell, Jen Stein, Tina Alexander, Joe Saporito, Noe Santos, Kung Hui, Takako Nagumo, Kara Kennedy, Mark, Fernanda Nogales, SMK, Laura Lindemann, Kowalian Nightspray, aka Reasonable Stranger. I lost my line. Colin Davidson, Alan Davis, Shatterhand 2049, Jesco, MC Frodes, Michael Graham, Alex Miller, Emilian Travis, Gildara, Cassie, Raul, Samarichi, supporter of Ghoulies Rights, Maggie Light, Spurk, Wayne Ritz, Scott of Arc, Sean J. Howard, Anna Yordadon, Maihalani Uchiyama, Robbie Monster, and Joshua Lewis.
Beautifully done.
And I want to say one more hi that is not in the thing, but my friend is recovering from surgery at Scripps Green in San Diego, and the nurse station had a giant Star Trek Delta drawn on it. And
What?
yes, I'm like, please, Star Trek, send them some cookies. These are awesome. All nurses are awesome. My mom is a nurse, but Star Trek
Support
nurse.
nurses.
Even better. Yes.
Woot woot.
So boop boop.
Excellent. So we have a little bit of news. We have sticker news, which
What does that mean? I swear, it just written sticker news. Dot.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Next
the
news.
news.
It's the holographic stickers, yeah? The one for this quarter, instead of doing what do we normally do? Pins?
Pins,
Yeah,
yes.
we're doing a holographic sticker this time, and it's gonna be a Uhura themed pin.
And the
Or
pin,
not pin, sticker.
sticker. But we're gonna do the pin, and they're gonna be available for pre-order because all the benefits, the money?
Proceeds.
proceeds. Oh, that's a beautiful word. I didn't know this one. All the proceeds are gonna go to a charity that we choose, that I chose actually. But should I announce, because we didn't talk about it? A cool charity.
It's cool. It's also going to be an enamel pin, which is going to be our first one. So it'll be
Yes.
really quite special.
Yeah, Julian is gonna listen to the podcast and is gonna be, what the fuck did you do?
It's like, we're not doing an enamel pin. What the fuck?
He's gonna
It is
have to
now.
like work like disclaimers. We're giving everybody a free T-shirt. Woo!
When you buy 15 pins.
I feel the entire content of this tonight's episode is going to be Julian's going to have a big no to it. However,
It's gonna edit us out. It's gonna be the intro, and at the end when we give our grades, and then it's gonna be all. It's gonna be a 5-minute podcast.
I mean, it makes sense.
fair enough.
yes.
Have we decided on the price, or is that still getting debated? Or it's
I
not?
think it was $20. Oh, I don't
It-
know.
it-
I don't
yeah.
want to say anything now. I'm scared. I'm like, I don't want to have a problem with the boss who's gonna tell me you didn't read the outline. You didn't read my
It's
text.
not in the.
It's not in the outline. It's sticker news, pin pre-order, and charity. Boom. That's it.
It's 100. It's $1 million.
Yes. Oh, okay. So we don't have this on here, but we only have 2 weeks left on Twitch. We might do both Twitch and YouTube. I'm thinking we're just going to move straight over to YouTube, and we might even start next week because I don't care about Twitch. That's right, Twitch. Yeah. So we're going to be moving over there. So if you normally just head over to twitch.tv/strange-do-pod, don't anymore. We're going to
No.
be over on youtube.com/
Plus, Matt Gates just started a Twitch channel, so
Why did you have to say that?
Yeah,
No,
now I'm sad.
now I know. Yeah.
Ah.
Ew.
If there was
Somebody
ever
should have, like,
another
beeped
reason to get off
me.
of Twitch.
Yeah.
True,
All
but
right.
have you seen who's on YouTube? For real? Oh, here we go. We're moving. Okay,
Can
let's
I hear?
go.
I can hear us from someone. Oh, there you go.
So I just want to say it's all Eric's fault.
It's possible. They heard me. They heard me making fun of them, and they're just like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna drop your
Oh,
shit."
we
on-"
have an echo. We have an echo, apparently.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
It's off. It's gone. It's good. We're good. Thanks.
Should we
Thanks.
get the
See,
party
that's why I
rolling
don't
again?
want to host. See, that's why I don't want to host.
We're not hosting.
There is no host.
There's no host.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get some fun back into this. We'll go with the strange new loop. Whoop-doop.
These are better sound effects.
Yes.
Thank you.
We don't have the board tonight, so we'll be doing all our own sound effects.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Blast shields. All right. So, if you could pick any fast ship from any sci-fi franchise for Deveron loop races, which ship would you choose and why?
Oh, jeez.
I feel like there's going to be a little overlap in our answers. So, let's go with Giraffe first.
The Razorback.
God damn it! I was gonna say that
Overlap.
too.
You know it. Just I want it being that like spinning thing like
Yeah.
they have. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you guys
And-
don't know what that is, it's a racing ship from The Expanse.
Yes.
It's a beautiful
Or
ship.
like one of like these like dengue like slingshot ship that they use for the race.
Yep. But then you'd like get pancaked against. Oh my god.
Yeah, you
When
can
I
go
saw-
like pancake.
When I saw that the first time, I yelled at my TV. I was like, "What the fuck?" It was so good. Watch The Expanse, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch The Expanse.
Yeah. Eric, do you have a ship?
It was the Razorback.
I know.
Yeah,
it
you
was
can
a-
get the
it was a-
Razorback too. Come on, we can share. It's okay.
Yeah. I can't think of a faster ship. I can't.
Right?
No.
No, that thing outran like a cruiser, like a bunch of missiles.
I mean, they were like the Delta flyers. I was like, you watch The Expanse?
Epstein Drive, baby.
Yes. Oh my God.
All right.
Now I'm thinking
See,
about The Expanse. Thanks,
I
Hawk.
totally-
No,
I
not thanks, Hawk.
totally-
Thanks, Giraffe.
I totally knew there would be overlap, which is great.
So your answer is the Razorback too?
Yeah, 100%. Oh my God.
First
yeah.
thing I
And
thought
Hawk
of
too,
when
so
I
like we're all like saying the Razorback. Is there any answer in the chat? Let's
I mean,
see.
no, the
I'm
chat is
trying to think
quiet
of
about this.
what would be a fast ship. Like, I can't
Oh,
think of
here
a
we go.
Battlestar ship. No.
Maggie Light wrote
a dart from the RAF from Stargate.
yeah, that's true.
Atlantis.
Yeah.
The Dart is a fast ship. I don't think it's faster than a Razorback.
I don't think it's faster than the Razorback either. And the Razorback is badass. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I love that paint
Like,
job.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. And like that spinning thing inside is incredible. And the
Mm.
outfits are cool. The name is badass. Like,
Serenity
I
is
don't
not a fast ship.
It is not.
Who said Serenity? Chris, we need to talk. Serenity is absolutely not a fast ship. That's the whole joke about
would
it.
fall
It's like
apart.
somehow
Let's go. That's
they're
what
not dead.
I would love to see that though. I would.
Yeah, we're looking for something, I guess, like impulse level and above. So
I don't-
Serenity-
Yeah, I can't think of any. God.
Yeah, I know. I'm having
I'm
a
sure-
total-
I'm sure Julian is gonna watch that and be like, "These bunch of idiots with The Expanse." Like,
No, he's gonna watch it. He's gonna be like, they're right. Oh, it's gonna be a couple
he
seasons
has
before
not
he
seen
gets.
the Razorback
God.
yet.
I know.
He's like in the second season.
Doesn't
I
the
think they
Razorback
talk
come
about
from-
it.
It comes
No,
at
they
the
talk
end.
about
actually
it.
beginning of the third,
Yeah.
I think.
Is it the end of? I thought it was at the fight at the end of the second.
This is an Expanse podcast, by the way. That's
Yeah.
absolutely what
We
it is.
totally
The Millennium Falcon. Somebody, no?
Oh no,
No.
it's a transport ship. Nah, I mean it's a modified one, but
Well, it did do the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, so
You know, you remember like that ship that Ahsoka goes to get from a random planet in Clone Wars, and then they never talk about it again.
oh,
You remember that one?
yeah. I never thought of that as a fast ship.
Or the new ship of the Mandalorian. That's a cool ship too.
Oh, the
Oh,
N1
Naboo Starfighter.
Yeah, the N1.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go
Okay,
with
see,
that.
we found two. Okay, we're good. Next.
I'm surprised no one said like a Viper or something from Battlestar. I guess they're not fast ships, are they?
they are fast ships,
Mark
but I don't
8?
know. I don't know if they're like impulse level fast,
Yeah.
right?
God,
Yeah.
that's also a sexy ship.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Viper. Yeah, it got weird and quiet. Any other things from the nothing else from the Twitch chat? So I guess we can
No.
move on.
We'll move on. We'll review this episode.
I'm gonna take over this section of the damn podcast now. Hawk, you did
But
your
do
intro.
it everything with Rutherford's voice, please.
No, I can't. My voice is still painful, but I'll
Alright.
try and be as happy as possible as my voice cracks as a teenage boy. So we're not gonna move on to the review section of this. This is Lower Decks Season 3, Episode 5, Reflection, and we're gonna go in the order of Hawk, Draft, and then me. So let's start with Rutherford, his academy self, and his implant. So after 2.5 seasons of wondering, what's up with everything, we finally start to get some answers. That, of course, leads us with more questions about Rutherford and his implant. When his younger, edgier, pre-implant, very, very cussing younger self takes over his body. What did you think of this younger, not so nice hotshot pilot version of Rutherford?
Well, let's see. He's definitely an asshole. His conversation with the Trill officer in the hallway was proof of that. But it was also once we actually got into the subconscious and that, you can see like his separate self when we knew it wasn't an alien entity that was actually controlling him. It was kind of nice to see that he had like a little bit of a darker, little edgier side in his younger days.
I mean,
Hot.
who didn't? Right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I mean, I was an asshole when I was 21.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
Like,
Hawken
not a-
then. Yeah. Well, we won't talk about stories here, but yeah.
I think everybody's kind of an asshole when they're in
And
like,
when
their
you're
early 20s.
young and you're on the rise, you're way cocky and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Sure, you know everything at 21.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Then some humility is beaten into you, and then you're like, I guess I'm shit.
And then that humility just keeps beating you down until you're just
Yeah,
like, oh.
and you just start a Star Trek podcast, and you just you just hang on the internet. Yeah. No, but I like it. Listen, we
Mhm.
don't really have somebody that is kind of an asshole so far. Think about it. Like Tiana was like depicted at the beginning, kind of a somebody that is like a dick, but then you see that she has a good side. Same for Shax and for everybody. You get to know them, and you're like, oh, they're good people.
Mhm.
But I like that Rutherford is really somebody, like, was really somebody that didn't care at all. And I'm gonna add a layer. Sure, doesn't remember anything. So the question is, an asshole. What is his core personality? Because you have a core personality. You have a core, who you are, and then like things happen to you and they make you this way or this way or this way, right?
And
so what happened to Rutherford?
But he's still cocky, not like overly cocky, but he knows his shit enough that he can be like, I know this is gonna work. This is gonna work now. Like back then, he would tell you to your face, right?
Yeah, but if you think that now Rutherford, like Cerritos Rutherford, is his core personality, right? Is like his personality without any trauma, without anything, because he doesn't remember anything, right? So it's like, yeah, he's a 2-year-old or something like this.
Yeah.
Not even, because his memory were erased again, right? Last season. So basically, that's really the core,
his base. Right?
Yeah, his base. So what happened to him that is such an asshole? Because okay, we're all assholes when we're 20, but we're not like working for Section 31 kind of asshole.
Well, given the chance.
Right?
Listen, given the chance now, I'll work for Section 31.
Right.
Get me to space.
I'm gonna add another layer to this. So he names his ship the San Pagita, which is the national flower of the Philippines, and Eugene Cordero is Filipino, and I assume maybe even Rutherford is Filipino. So there is still some semblance of him being drawn towards his family, and he's like, there's that homebody family person inside that cocky person. There's something important to him there. With like naming something that is more than just a throwaway. I feel.
Yeah. Like it really, the core personality is still there. It's the rage that he had as a young man that's gone. So I don't know if that. I guess that qualifies as a part of your personality, just rage.
Yeah, but usually you have rage because like something happened to you, like that level of like fuck you is a response to it. Look at me being a therapist on a Star Trek podcast at 7
We're all
p.m.
amateur therapists here.
But it's like, I feel it's a response to something. Like, why is he that? And again, like, we have these characters who have been working in mirrors from one to another, and I feel you recognize Mariner a little bit being such an asshole and like a few seasons before, until you realize that she doesn't know who she is, and she's been like working on all this ship everywhere. She doesn't find her core personality until she has to actually be really herself with her friend. And we have the same thing going on with Rutherford. So I really like that we had Boimler and Tandy. We had Tandy and Mariner. Now we have these two kind of persona with Rutherford. So I think they're building to something, and I really like it.
I wonder if so Rutherford said that Starfleet wouldn't work on his own, engines, and then older Rutherford's like, oh, it's not safe. I wonder if there was something that led, like, this is adding up to him, being this rage filled, like something has always been kept, like they've been keeping him back. Like maybe it's like one of those prodigy people that needs to work on something harder than what he's given at that time, and he feels like he's not being used properly. And that's how Section 31 or whoever, this secret organization, came in to be like, you know what, you can work on this shit. We just have to keep it on the DL.
Yeah, that's absolutely how these recruitment happen too. Like, You
Sure,
know?
secret, like kind of secret paramilitary organizations always, when they're looking for operatives, they always kind of target um the disaffected and disenchanted.
Yeah, and like in the outline, Julian's talking about how Rutherford's running these races in the Devron system, which is in the Romulan neutral zone. Like, is this like if it's Starfleet running these illegal races, or if it's Section 31, could there be some sort of underlying mission there for them being over there? Like, is he a smuggler or some sort of something like that? Or is, and then after he gets blown up, why does that shady person say that it's going to set them back a couple years? Like, what project would be so important that he's,
I have so many theories.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Listen,
Yes.
should we do that now? Should we go?
Yes. Go
now?
full giraffe.
Okay, so before we went live, we were talking with Hawk about theories and what the hell is going on. And we were going dates. When is that taking place? And how long after Voyager return are they? How much far away are they from the Dominion War and so on? Because you see the Romulans. I guess we'll talk about it a little bit later, whatever. I didn't read the outline, whatever. And I don't know. Tell me if I'm going too far into the questions, but so we were thinking about he's working on an engine, right? And so if it's during the Dominion War, why would it be against the Romulan? Like, what's that obsession about outrunning the Romulan? Which is a good obsession to have, let's be honest, right? Because the Dominion War, they are allies. But then we counted and went on Memory Alpha. And basically, these guys were cadets just before Voyager came back. Just at the time, because they are commissioned in 2380 and Voyager comes back in 2378. So if they are cadets at that time, more or less, and they are all kind of the same age, I'm going on hypothesis, then are they working on an engine to bring back Voyager faster? Would that be something? Because the quantum slipstream is not really know about it. So they're trying to find a way to shorten the 7 years or 10 years or whatever they have. Because I don't see how it could be linked with anything with the neutrals. I mean, it's always good to have the fastest ship, right? Then we thought too, we remembered in the Kelvin verse, there's the bad mural from Section 31
Yep.
giant ship. So
RoboCop.
Is that something?
It was RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop. Yeah. And is that something that has to do with this? Are they trying to build stealth ship, faster ship to do whatever, go steal tech? But I like the Voyager theory.
The Voyager theory makes the most sense. It's just weird that it takes place in the Devron system and it involves the Romulans, because they've always been trying to come up with a countermeasure to their cloaking technology. The whole thing with the Pegasus, got thrown in their face.
Yeah.
And so
but they're lying. They don't want the guy who's working on the engine to really know what it is about. Well, if it was for Voyager, why would they lie?
Yeah, it's it shouldn't have been an illegal operation to work on a faster engine. It's some sort of technology that they're not supposed to be working on.
I'm pretty sure he thinks he's doing a faster engine, and he's actually doing something absolutely something else.
Yeah.
There's something else going on. Yes, for sure.
And then
it's gonna set them back years.
Yes. I fully support the Section 31, some sort of fucked up ship. I don't know. Super powered ship. Just a bigger, armored, stealthier version. They love that shit. They love it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we went through all of Rutherford. But there's not a question. There's a question on here. There's not a question here, but I want to ask it. So we see the younger Rutherford racing solo, but newer Rutherford tends to, he imagined his friends to be there as his support. What do you guys think of this? I thought that was a nice little beautiful moment to show how much he's evolved as a person.
Yeah, growth has been the kind of the central theme this season, right? And you wonder how if Rutherford is kind of the same personality as he was back then. How much of that? No, this is Rutherford's growth, and how his personality has changed. He like the old Rutherford just pushed everybody away, and that he was content doing races.
He thought he could do everything himself. Basically.
Exactly. So Rutherford this season, his growth is the fact that he loves and needs his friends, and he couldn't imagine like being without them.
You know what that made me think? I'm gonna go crazy on this because like I think you think of a lot of things. In that episode of Stranger World where Captain Angel says the only thing in space that is keeping you sane or can keep you together is the people around you is love, and that really made me think of this. It's like, why would you want to be in space by yourself? Like, what the? You know how many things can go wrong, like
In space,
general?
no one can hear you scream.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I understand some people are like to be alone or do things by themselves, but we're deeply social animals, especially when we want to tackle a difficult task, right? It takes a village to do anything, let's be honest. And the fact that Rutherford wants to race solo again makes me think of Mariner, who never wanted friends because anyway she was changing ship all the time and she can do everything by herself. And there's a real question of growth because it's recognizing when you don't know everything, you can do everything, and a task is you're not able to tackle every single task at the same time. So that's the question again: is core personality Rutherford still a Rutherford that has grown? There's a lot of question, and it's reflection. So a reflection normally is the same thing, but it's like thinking about things too.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is
It was a good title. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Any other Rutherford thoughts? That was plot A of it.
I can't wait for people to cosplay badass Rutherford. I know it's coming.
100%.
When he threw the bottle at the Delta flag.
And it was sad. It's like interesting how in the 20-minute episode they make you hate wonder what the hell is that person, hate their gut, and then when they die you're like, no,
I wanted to know more about you.
What? 20 minutes.
I know.
Good job.
It was wonderful. And
I'm glad Rutherford finally got like a Rutherford episode. It was a great Rutherford episode too.
Yeah, I love that Eugene Cordero made them sound just a little bit different, but enough that you knew that they were the same person, but just like this one is the pain in the ass one, and this is the one we've come to love. Great job by Eugene. Come on our show.
That'd be great. Come on, Eugene. Give us Loki too. Spoilers.
Oh my god, yeah. So we're gonna move over to the booth. The booth.
Oh my god.
The Starfleet
booty booth.
Oh man. So Mariner and Boimler are tasked with booth duty, which is, we get the usual dynamic of Boimler being excited, Mariner being bored and pissed, but that changes after the pair are heckled to the point of no return. Boimler loses his shit after one of the outpost crew breaks his rank pip. Who does that? What a dick. What do we think of Boimler losing control and Mariner really starting to show some control and growth?
Like all Lower Deck episodes this season, there's a parallel in between the A and the B story in that. And so the parallel here is reflection. These are both characters who are undergoing change this season. And Boimler, most notably for his bold Boimler stance and that. And this is the consequence of bold Boimler. When you push him too far in that, and he just freaks. And he freaks out spectacularly. It was great. Overturning booths, just calling out everybody, calling out the collectors, and that things don't make you happy. Your ship smells like gas. Loved it.
Your games control people.
I don't. Okay, I know he loses his shit, but I don't see it like a lack of control. I see as he has a clear limit, and it's important to have like limits and being like, yeah, no, you don't do that. And I like that his limit is touching his peep, and that tells you how much part it is of his core persona, and that is the most important thing he has, that he has a rank, even if it's a rank of ensign. That is his rank, because he loses his delta, I think, in the first episode. His insignia, I think, like in the when they go to that planet again, and like he gets like hackled, and he says like I'm not Starfleet material. You remember that episode? I think he loses his insignia, but he never freaks out like this. But his pip is his rank, and his rank is everything. And I think it's good that he freaks out. You need to have boundaries, man. Boimler has a clear boundary. You don't touch his fucking rank.
Yeah, he loves everything about Starfleet, and that right down to like the uniform, So
yeah. And at one point, yeah, they're being harassed, they're being bullied, they're being insulted. That's not good. Who does that to a couple of kids? Because let's be honest, there are a couple of kids, right? Like, nobody wants to be booth duty. I've been on booth duty. It sucks. People don't want to take your pamphlet. They won't want to read the brochure. They don't want to know what you're selling.
Yeah.
And you're just here all day, and everybody makes you feel like you're inexisting. And I know that Boimler has like that habit of like being the guy who's like purge, like in the background, but you don't attack who he is. And that's good. I think it's good. Okay, you shouldn't break stuff again, but it's a good reaction.
Come out more constructively, but Boimler is, it's a thing now.
Yeah, I love that he cares so much about Starfleet that all these people were just like, it just like Drax was saying, there's only a point that you can go to before it just boils over, and like it's something he loves. It's something he's been working up to for years.
And it's a pretty invasive gesture too, that they went all the way to his like neck to take that pip. It's not just like
don't touch people,
I break
man.
something on the table. Like they go all the way there and rip their pip off. It's pretty, you don't touch me. What is this?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. What about Mariner at the booth? Like she was very. Well, I guess she was sort of trapped there because of what Ransom said. Right?
Yeah, this is the thing. She was really kind of under the gun. She has been since the beginning of the season, and the Starbase 80 threat was looming over her head on this particular occasion. That I'm not really sure. What is it about Starbase 80 that is so horrifying?
No one knows yet.
No one knows.
Yeah, I hope they show it.
In any places you work, there's always that other place of work that nobody wants to work for, Like I work at school, there's always that school, like, oh no, don't go work at that school. That's always like that, like unfathomable place that is terrible. And I like that Starfleet has one too. It's Starbase 80. I just want to know where it is.
Yeah,
right.
Where is it? Is it far? Is it close? Like, what is it? Is that a highway stop? Like,
Gotta be
what
bad.
That is.
They were both pretty nervous about it, but again, actually, there was growth on Mariner's part in that, because she could have easily jumped in on it and just decided to say screw it and went haywire in that. What did she do? She fixed the table and started taking all the applications. When people saw how like a proud Boimler
because
was.
she gets called out too. She goes, she doesn't want to do it, then she does it, and then somebody's making fun of her and fun of what they're doing, and that's the problem. If nobody would have intervened, like if the archaeologist was not here, she would have continued being like, this is lame. But
do you think she would have left if Petra Aberdeen wasn't there? Do you think she would have left the booth?
Maybe, or she would have just like did it poorly. So I like the fact that actually we don't know, and she keeps doing the right thing, so that's good. And we see what motivates her and what motivates her for wrong reason too, because that's a bit childish, let's be honest. But
punishment,
you always have a tendency to do things better when somebody is telling you that what you're doing is like
stupid,
not important. But it shows that she cares again, and she does. And when Boimler loses his shit, she's like really badly trying to like no, I don't want any problem.
Yeah
It's like when your little brother fucks up and you're like, I swear I didn't know. I didn't tell me.
I see that with my kids all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So by the end of the episode, Boimler is in the brig for the first time, and Mariner actually seems, to enjoy writing that brief when she's contacted by Petra Aberdeen, who was the archaeologists bothering her on the planet. Petra offers her a life of adventure outside of Starfleet, and Mariner, sort of shrugs it off, but saves her contact. So, all our, as we said, this whole season, the characters have really started to grow, especially this season a lot more. And could we see Mariner by the finale maybe leaving Starfleet to find, to grow a little bit more and find more about herself?
That's the question, is where does her growth lead? Does it lead just to becoming like a good Starfleet officer in that, or if she really wants to experience growth in that, is that outside the scope of Starfleet?
I mean, there's people that go on like sabbaticals from school just to see what's around in the world, and they a lot of the times come back to school and then continue on. So it could be just part of her learning process, just to broaden her scope. I don't know.
It's true, but Mariner, the character that we know, she's been around, like, she has seen places, here and far, and she was like,
but always
like
in the constraints of Starfleet, though.
That's
yeah,
true.
but I'm gonna add something. So I think she's gonna go the archaeologist way because we see it in the trailer.
Do we?
Remember the trailer? Yes.
No, I don't remember.
Where
Oh.
she goes like Indiana Jones with the golden idol and so on.
Oh, damn.
I had to screenshot. Yeah, I had to screenshot everything because I did that panel on archaeology in Star Trek, and I was like, "Fuck you, Lower Decks!" Literally 30 minutes before I did the panel, they released that trailer with like all the archaeology shit in it, and I was like, ugh. So I'm glad to see the archaeology back in Star Trek, and I do hope they're gonna do better, because one of the main problem we had was like the way archaeology is depicted is always like very Indiana Jones bullshit.
That's
everything
why I
about
took
the
classics in
object.
university.
Yeah, and and like no care about the culture, like calling like people primitive culture and
I'm
stuff.
sorry.
I see you, and all that. So I like the fact that Mariner may become an archaeologist, because let's be honest, what's her greatest knowledge? She knows people. She knows different species. She knows how to talk to them. She knows how to, go from the Andorian neighborhood to the Klingon quarter. And she is great at reading people and at reading a situation and become part of a group. And she has so many skills. So she'd be a great archaeologist, actually, if she can like settle a little bit. And she knows a lot of things. She knows so many things. She grew up literally in star bases and ships. She has an Andorian girlfriend. Like, tell me that doesn't ask for you to have some cultural competencies. So she'd be fantastic, I'm pretty sure, as an archaeologist for this.
She announced to Boimler right at the beginning of the episode when they were loading the table in, and that I have a degree in xenohistory.
Yeah, and so see, that's like all these little like pieces that actually for me start like to fall together and to actually make her. We always knew she was a very complex and deep character, but archaeology would be, if Mariner ends up being an archaeologist, you will never stop hearing me. Like, that, right?
Yes.
I assume when that episode comes, we will not. Yeah, it'll just be.
I'm gonna lose my mind. Yes.
Yeah.
Because yes.
And
yes.
we'll be here for it.
Absolutely.
For days.
So I'm about it. Listen, I'm absolutely here for it.
Agreed.
I don't know. Remember what the fuck was the question?
I don't either.
we were saying that if Mariner, but the end of season.
Oh, is she gonna leave?
Yeah. I think probably soon. I think probably sooner then.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, growing is always a question of soil. That's always what I tell to the kids. You can grow only, plants like can grow only in like the soil that is good for them. Like there are some places where you can grow, and Boimler grows great in Starfleet. Mariner, I don't think she can grow in Starfleet. That's not her skill set, So if she can grow on the side, like doing archaeology and not being what's her Vash? Not being Vash. Please don't be Vash. And I'm down. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it.
Oh, any final thoughts on the episode?
Oh wait, we're already at the end.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Final
my
thoughts. Again, this was a great episode. This was a Rutherford episode everybody was, wanting. It was fantastic. I loved his arc. I really hope we get to the end of the mystery and that involving like his accident and like what the hell he was working on and who that admiral was, because they were doing a lot of searching at the end of that, and he was ruling out like who could it be.
It's gonna be somebody we know.
We're back, right?
We're back.
So it's your fault again, right? Because you said the truth bomb.
I
and
did.
then
I did. So what were you saying, Hawk? You were saying
we're looking about the admiral, like who's
Yeah.
the admiral?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hope
they
we're
were-
gonna know
by
who
the
the
end, yeah.
admiral is.
yeah.
And I
Rutherford
was like,
they
yeah,
were
I'm pretty sure by
ruling
the
out-
end they're gonna tell us, and it's gonna somebody that's gonna be somebody we know.
And I
And then
said it
Mary
would be
dropped the
Mariner's.
bomb.
It's gonna be Mariner's dad.
And
right?
we all went,
Yeah, right? Could you imagine that's the person there? Oh, yeah. I hope so. Add some complexity to the group, right?
oh,
Yeah.
and maybe Mariner knows.
I don't
You
know if
think?
Mariner would know.
Well, she has a problem with Section 31 and all this. Like, you remember like this thing where she goes like Starfleet does like shady stuff, and that's not who I want to be. You remember in like season 2?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
She does know
she
the shadier
she
stuff.
knows they're like shady fucking stuff going on in Starfleet, and that like everybody's like, oh, the ethics and blah blah blah, but that on the darker side there are stuff that are happening that maybe should be happening but are like dark and shady, and she knows it. So I wonder how much she knows about whatever Rutherford was doing, because again they would have been all cadets at the same time. No, they're all the same age more or less.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Mariner has been around longer. She
Yeah.
just like never promoted, so I don't know.
Well, Tendy's definitely the youngest, so she could be
And
like
he's the youngest.
20-ish something. Oh, I don't know. She could have been. She said she was recruited by Booth, so maybe she's older and just went into the
Yeah.
academy.
And Boimler is commissioned. We checked on the internet. They say he's commissioned in 2380, so just like a year before Lower Deck starts. That's why he's just in it.
Oh,
They're all ensigns.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Butch the
Everybody
Blue
says,
says.
I hope it's not him.
I know, and that's why it's gonna be him, Mike McMahon, or yeah, Mike McMahon.
Or maybe it's a legacy character. That'd be
Oh,
fun.
That'd
That's
be
true.
Fantastic.
It's
That'd be
Jericho.
incredible. Jellico.
Oh my god!
Yes.
All right, let's
Yes.
Do you want to do Easter eggs first, or do you want to do
Yes,
the review?
I want to do the Easter eggs. I
or,
have a
or do you
list.
want to do the rating before we do Easter eggs? I can't remember which one we do first.
I think we do the rating first.
All right, let's do it.
No, I don't remember. Whatever. We do whatever we want.
We'll do it out of 10 Delta Flyers.
Okay.
Or what did he call it? A seat strapped to an impulse engine.
All right, we're gonna do Delta Flyers because I'm the one still in this section. Hawk, out of 10.
I give this one a 10. I think it was a kind of one of those little perfect episodes, and it was a great Rutherford episode. So 10.
10.
Yeah.
10. Look, listen. There's like the two things I like in Star Trek: Romulans and archaeology. Like literally, it was written for me. Like there's no other, and like a crazy thing that like makes me like have like theories and like wondering what the hell is going on. So I don't want to know what the hell is going on. I'm doing the patterns today.
I want to know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
I like it.
So
This is gonna be a triple 10 from all of us. 10.
yeah, it's a perfect episode. It was
Mhm.
written for us. I swear.
Yeah, yeah. Super Easter eggs, great acting, great story development and character development, and we get to see Boimler lose his shit. That's
Yeah.
amazing. All right, Giraffe, you want to take Easter eggs till the end?
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna do my Easter eggs. I'm gonna tell you what I've wrote, and
Okay.
like if there are anything that I didn't notice, you can add. So there's the Bajoran tablet, right? On the table. There's Khan's necklace. There's Data's painting.
So wait, they
there's-
used the Bajoran tablet more in this than in Picard?
Yes, they do. I think it's a reprojection, bro, because it's not broken, and at that time the Bajoran tablet is already broken. No. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
There's the Biner painting that is that's old shit that we saw in the museum episode.
Mhm.
Okay.
The lore soap bottle, Spock's helmet, Geordi's visor, a Gorn, the game, you know.
Yep, the game.
There's the fish people from TNG, you know, the one that don't move, like.
Yep, the antigen.
You remember? Yeah.
They are called, what is it? Antedians.
Yeah, there's Warp 10 fun from everybody, which is a reference to a book.
What?
Yes. I wrote TAS. Well, oh yeah, like the thing where you put your head.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
The
Spock and Kirk
cutout.
from the
animated
cutout
series.
from the animated series. Spots go all the way down. There.
That's a TS9 reference, right?
Yeah, yes. There's the sex pollen plant in a box from whatever that episode on this side of Eden. No, it's
the side of paradise.
The side of paradise. Thank you. There's a Kirk Fu moment.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah. I wrote, is that the Star Wars ship thing? And I don't remember what I meant.
I didn't notice any Star Wars thing.
As I was like, is that the Star Wars ship thing? Which passed me. Good job. The DS9 red surgery outfit, the collector from with the piercing all the way, the things.
Yep.
There's a reference to the episode Conspiracy. The Delta Flyer. There's the move along home people with their game. There's a romance. The Deridex. There's the butt bugs. The Remember from the Wrath of Khan. And the Grand Naff. That's everything.
Negus' staff. That's right.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
That's everything. Like I was searching. Like it's like, oh, the Antedians. I'll take that. It's like, nope, that one was too easy.
Julian wrote stuff. The Devron system is where the anti-time eruption takes place in All Good Things.
Yep.
Something about undiscovered. Oh my god.
Undiscovered country. Oh, we plugged again. No, we're back. We're here.
Are we? Undiscovered
Yeah.
country. I don't know what that's about. I'm just gonna keep
No, I
looking
don't
to my
know what
left.
that means.
I
Okay, so I'm gonna take the last part. It's time for our substate. Oh, do we have any rating on the chat? Sorry, it's been hard.
Yeah, especially since you guys
Do
keep
we
on
have
getting
any
this.
ratings? Okay, I'm gonna do the subspace poll, and you can put your rating into the chat, and we're gonna read them.
Toodaloo.
So tonight we asked Trek Twitter what they thought of episode 305 of Lower Decks Reflections, and this is what they had to say. 94% said okie dokie. I cannot do it. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Sorry.
He does it a couple different
Okie-dokie.
ways.
Okay. 6% said in the neutral zone. That's where all the fun happens.
Yeah.
And 0% said rather be in the brig, and 0% said rather be in Borg rubber tubbing. So that's like a loved episode, right? That good ratings yet.
It's not
Damn
just
straight.
us. This was
Yeah.
universally a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to vote in it. I saw it on Twitter. I was like, I gotta remember to do that.
So that leaves us with the mailbag this
The
week.
mailbag. Who wants to start it off?
I could do that.
We can go in order.
MC wrote, I would love to focus on how this is the best Rutherford storyline we've had in the show and got some fantastic insight into him. I would love to focus on the further hints that our Lower Decks fam might split up with Mariner joining the Space Thieves. I would love to focus on the darker side of Bold Boimler basically being the Incredible Hulk, but instead, I'm all about the Calvinverse reference and Tendy's utter excitement over the concept.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about. Did we talk about that?
No, we didn't talk about it at all.
The Kirk Spock cinematic.
Yeah.
Great chemistry.
Chemistry.
Yeah, that was
a good dig.
something. I to be honest, I laughed so much. I like so many things, like from the butt plugs to that, like to there was so many like great one-liners all over the episode. Like it's a fun episode, good story, and it's really well written too.
I started writing the Easter eggs, and I was like, no, this is too many.
Yeah.
So
this
what
is
I
too
think, what I do is I text them to myself.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so because I'm on my phone all the time, I'm like, and then I text them to myself like that. I know where they are. So when I die, people are gonna read my text and be like, "What is wrong with this one?" Anyway, Chris wrote, "Fun and shenanigans are always wonderful to me. Add in some good hints, add a very dark backstory to our brightest shining character, and I'm so in. With only 10 episodes, it's a big ask to get everything we want about each character, especially running under 30 minutes an episode. I think they did an amazing job fitting in just enough to have us want more. I almost thought there was going to be an energy affecting the ship with how upset Ransom was. Ransom was, sorry. And can't wait to find out on the line that his favorite dumbbell accidentally went out an airlock or something. Skid, how do you get a accidentally airlock a dumbbell?
You know, he's probably in the airlock working out just because it like different type of gravity there, just to get more swole, right? That's what the kids say.
Swole.
Would you get less swole in an
You would get less swole because there's less gravity.
I don't know. Maybe it buffs up his ego when he has higher.
Oh yeah,
weights.
when you can lift 600 pounds over your head, that would be a great ego boost.
Enough. His core is not weak. Scared Mariner and completely unhinged Boiler made an amazing duo, and I am excited to watch again for all the Easter eggs. This show just continues to impress and grow. I could go on about this episode, but I digress for the sanity of whoever is reading this. Hey, Chris. What's up, pal? Thank you, friend. Lower Decks is truly following a route where they will live long and prosper. Yeah.
Nice. You know what? I was thinking when you were saying that you texted your phone all the Easter eggs, I was thinking that Orville episode where they find a phone and then...
Oh my God, yes.
That's what they're going to do in the future for you.
Listen, like that episode gave me trauma. I was like, if somebody finds my phone, forget it. My phone thinks Nichelle Nichols is part of my family and creates like videos just of her and like has her as a person, reference person. And I'm like, okay.
Oh man. All right. Colin wrote, I did not start out liking Lower Decks. To me, it was silly. I was constantly rolling my eyes. I made myself watch at first because it is Trek and it is canon and because of the Easter eggs. Then Riker 5, 6, 7, 8. Then by the end of the second season, I'd been won over. I still don't laugh at everything, but I enjoy the characters and care about them. That is why this comes close to qualifying as my favorite Lower Decks episode ever. Yes. I so cared about Rutherford and his story and what he has the burden of knowing now. I was so impressed with Mariner trying as hard as she could to do the right thing for once. And Boimler, let out your inner monster, man. I think they've won me over. Who would have thunk it? Man, yeah, like this is one of my favorite episodes. It might be my favorite. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. I can't think.
It's nice to have the choice, right?
Yeah, agreed.
All right, so we're going to close this out with Wayner. He wrote, best episode ever this week. I love seeing Boimler flip out and Mariner trying to rein him in, and getting some backstory on Rutherford along with some intrigue that was alluded to last season. I want to know who's messing with him. That's it. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Yes, I almost got it. Hey, I mean, I got the Boimler scream, so
you have
I
that
cannot be
down.
perfect in everything. I mean, it's like how like the vibrato at the end, like that's the thing.
You need to join that Bajoran choir.
Oh, absolutely. Like I can't sing for shit, but I'd be incredible at this. Yes.
Draft, you gotta take us out. You gotta end the show, man. End it.
I don't remember what we said at the end. It's not pretend.
Well,
What do we say at the
we
end?
thank everyone for coming and listening to us, right?
Thank you guys. Thank you for coming and for being such good Trekkies in the chat and fact checking us all the time.
Yes.
Thank you for listening, and that will be all for tonight. Thank you to Hawk, Eric, and myself. Whoop whoop! Foreign Bureau of S&P. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Thanks for beaming into our podcast today. If you want to keep the hailing frequencies open, you can subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. Like what you hear? Put in a good word with Starfleet and leave us a 5-star review.